I
I got
was
my peaches
cheated
out
by
in
you.
Georgia.
Wait, who are you singing? I'm singing Mamma
Bieber.
Mia.
I got my peaches out in Georgia.
Oh,
That's
God,
my
Suk, I hate that song.
I like
I
my
hate that
I
song.
like my blanket from California.
Ah, the worst. The worst. And you know what other, hold on, let me put my headphones in. You know what other song I hate with Bieber right now?
Which one?
The one where he says, hello, oh, oh, oh. What song? That's awful.
But you know what? It's so funny when you go to start singing that kind of stuff. You're like, okay, I sound really old. I like my peaches out in Georgia. I like my weed from California. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, no, that song came on the other day, and he's going, whoa, 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 whoa. I said to my daughter, that's awful. I hope Bill Schnee had nothing to do with that song, but
what
anyway.
a show we have tonight. Should we get excited? Get the gang excited. Look, everybody's already tuning in. They know what's up.
Suki, coming up a little later on, Vincent Pastore from, of course, from Sopranos. He was in Goodfellas. I mean, he's been in 1,000 things. He's got a new movie out called Made in Chinatown, which is it's a very funny looking movie. And of course, Bill Schnee's joining us in just a few minutes. He's got a new book out called Chairman of the Board, Recording the Soundtrack of a Generation. Bill Schnee, if you never heard of him, he literally has engineered and produced, and I mean, he's been at the controls for thousands of songs with the biggest names in music.
And you know how our fans love the backstory to the backstory, behind the scenes, scoop on how things went down. So, you know, our viewers are already logged on and ready to go.
Ready to rock and roll. You ready to rock?
I'm ready to rock. Let's kick it off. Another Suki and Scott special. The Suki and Scott Show.
This is one of the funnest shows I've ever done.
It's musical. It's magical.
Whoa!
This is a sexy show.
Someone's getting some action.
These larger-than-life personalities are on an exciting new journey as they bring you the Suki and Scott Show.
You guys nailed it. You're great. You ask great questions. You listen.
The Suki and Scott Show is your one-stop destination for humor.
You just got George's earwax all over your ears, bud.
Entertainment.
Jesse's girl.
Wonderful.
And optimism.
You guys have such amazing energy.
Let's laugh together.
I love him.
The Suki and Scott Show.
And I think it's gonna be a long, long time. The touchdown ring. Did you learn the words yet, Suk?
Touchdown rings and how hit you fine. I'm not the man. I don't have all of the words.
You had it. You were on it. You were on it.
No. So like,
I'm a rocket man. Suk, we are in for some kind of show tonight. I mean, Bill Schnee's one of those guys. We could talk to him for like 2 hours. The only thing that really stinks is I can't play any of the real music that he's been involved with producing and engineering. So we're going to have to sing it ourselves.
I was going to say, are we going to do renditions tonight?
Yeah. Hopefully. I should have had Phil do a few renditions of some of the songs he's been involved with, but we'll bring Bill in just a couple of minutes. Hey, you heard who's taking over for the Ellen spot, right?
Yes, Kelly Clarkson taking over the big spot.
I thought it was going to be us. I wanted to surprise you. I had our names in, but Kelly Clarkson's doing great. Her show's doing very well, and she's taken over. The way down the line in 2022, when Ellen decides to hang it up, she's going to take over that Ellen spot.
My question is, does Kelly Clarkson want that? Like way down in 2020, that's like another 2 years, and for an entertainer, I mean, that's a long time.
Well, she's already been renewed. She's already been renewed. So she's been renewed for a couple of years. Well, she's still doing The Voice. I mean, she's still doing everything.
It's incredible. So, I don't know how she does it.
So she broke through, because it's hard to break through those afternoon talk shows, right? A lot of them come and go. Kelly Clarkson seemed to have the right recipe, and she continues to roll along.
She has the right recipe because she's like the girl next door, and everybody wants to talk to the girl next door. We don't want to talk to celebrities. No, just kidding.
Yeah. Not us. Suk, listen, Philly Kid will be along later on to join us. He'll sing. Vincent Pastore's coming up. He's got a new movie. He's got another new movie that we just found out about. We're going to go through his career. I got some great pictures of him that he doesn't even realize exist.
Radio, television, movies.
Yeah. Not only
tomato
that,
sauce. I mean, I don't even know where to begin and where to start.
I hope you're ready for the Vincent Pastore movie quiz to go against Vince.
I watched a lot in the last 4 weeks.
I know you know a lot of things about him. And hey, listen, we got to thank our audience. The Stir platform, the streaming platform. You see that #1 show right there, Suk. We've been #1 for the last month on Stir. Beat out a little Heartland, Showtime at the Apollo, Deal or No Deal. Carson, look at Carson in 6th spot. And their National Desk, which is their morning show. We pretty much, double up those numbers, but I don't like to brag.
Keep on bragging. Because you know what? It's like the support from all of our audience. They support us here. They support us on other digital platforms. And people are just finding the show because it's good.
Yeah. And Suk, Bill's coming up in just a second, but I wanted to run some totally stupid headlines by you because you and I were in, we were in news broadcasting back when.
Yes.
And I found a couple of old headlines from newspapers that are so stupid. I just wanted to run them by you. Kind of like this one. One-armed man applauds the kindness of strangers. A one-armed man applauds the kindness of strangers. I thought that was a pretty interesting headline. Here's one.
Right?
This one makes sense, Suk. Bridges help people cross rivers. That's a headline. Right? So, then you got this one. Mississippi's literacy program shows improvement. Just not the folks who are writing the headline. Everybody knows it's M-I, crooked letter, I, crooked letter.
Humpback.
Yeah, humpback, I. Most earthquake damage is caused by shaking, Suk.
Yes.
Did you know that? And then finally, we have survey finds fewer deer after the hunt. So that also kind of makes a little sense. Fewer deer after the hunt. And
do you know how many people are going to be traveling this summer, traveling for the holidays, hitting the planes?
Suk? Who's traveling? I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here.
You're not going anywhere, but everybody's traveling. Everybody's moving. America is moving again. Nearly 60% of the country is vaccinated.
Yes, that's why.
That is huge numbers.
And they're slipping those gas prices up. They're slipping them up into the $3 mark here in New Jersey, Suk. Believe that?
Well, it's like the biggest travel day coming upon us, right?
Memorial Day. It always is. It always is. Listen, Suk, we got to.
We got to get it. I don't care. I'm glad to see everything moving in the right direction.
Back to normal. Yeah, it's going great. Listen, our first guest is Bill Schnee. He's got a new book out called Chairman at the Board.
Love it.
Recording the soundtrack of a generation. Yeah, I love that. I love that title. And Bill, guy's multiple Grammy, Emmy award winning. He's a producer. He's a musical engineer. They call him the mix master. He's got, the premier recording studio in the music business. And we are lucky enough to have him on our show. Bill, how you doing, bud?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you, my friend. Looks like you got a lot of music notes back there. Some liner notes back there.
This is my music room, pun intended.
Now, Bill, are you out in LA or are you on the East Coast?
In Nashville now.
Oh, you're in Nashville. Yeah, I'm coming to Nashville. I'm coming to Nashville at the end of the month, Bill.
Ah.
How are you with the tequila shots? You all right?
Lunch is on you.
You got it, my man. Listen, honor to have you here. When you read about your history and your biography, it's just phenomenal. Like I said to Suk, but before we brought you on, we could sit here and talk to you for 2 hours about all the things that you've done and all the people you've worked with. So, we'll touch on some of them. I want to go over the book with you. Obviously, I'm not going to ask you why you wrote the book because you have so many things to write about. If you have to give me one part of the book that's your favorite part of it, what would you say it is? Who'd you write about that you had the most fun with in that studio?
Boy. That's a tough one. It's like songwriter and his songs. They're all my children. Right. So I don't really know that there's a favorite. I think the Michael Jackson story has something really cool about it.
Right.
So that would be probably one of the top ones.
What was it? What was the story? Give us a little summary about the story about Michael.
Let's see how little I can make it. As I've said, I love to tell stories. That's why I wrote a book. So, yank me in if I'm going too long.
Go ahead.
So the first studio I worked in was kind of a, shall we say, a Mickey Mouse studio. It wasn't that good a place, as often happens when you're starting out. And for some reason, Motown Records called one day and wanted to know if we had Thursday open. And I told them we have a lot of Thursdays open. And they said, we want to bring in the Jacksons to do some background vocals. Wow. And I said, very cool. We have our own engineer, so that's it. So they came, and the green Econoline van pulled up in front of the studio, and Joe Jackson got out, opened up the back hatch, and out they jumped from Jackie down to Michael.
Wow.
And they came in, I got them all set up in the studio to do background vocals. And then I went out, got the engineer comfortable. And then I went out in the foyer and hung out with a 10 or 11-year-old Michael. And, I told him, I just bought your guys' first record. I really like it. Oh, thank you. His voice never did change. And I just was talking to him. I finally said to him, he wasn't getting, you could tell. I said, Michael, you guys are going to be big stars. Michael, do you have any idea what's happening? And he went, not really. That's literally what he said to me.
Sounds like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah. So then 11 years later, I get called to go on the road on the bus and do a live album with him. We went up into the Northeast so the recording truck could get to the various venues quickly. They first flew me into Atlanta to see a show, sit in the audience and see a show to see what I was going to be recording. So I saw the show and it was fantastic. The next morning, went into the lounge that was reserved for them. And all the brothers were sitting in one corner, all huddled together. And all by himself on the opposite side was Michael. So I just went over and plopped myself down next to him and put my hand out and introduced myself, said, I'm going to be recording you guys. And and I talked to him for a couple of minutes. Do you happen to remember 11 years ago, your brothers did backgrounds just for one day in a little studio in Hollywood? And I sat out in the foyer and talked to you. He didn't remember it. Jackie, his oldest brother, remembered being there. And I talked to him for a couple of minutes, and I looked at him and I said, well, Michael, do you know what's happening now? He just went.
That's great. Wow. Man, oh man.
But like from Steely Dan to Chicago, I mean, and Natalie Cole, Rod Stewart, Dire Straits, Whitney Houston. I mean, it's just incredible. Tell us about Rod and the Great American Songbook.
Well, that's I have not had that as much involvement in those records as I had in others. I did some of the recording on it for sure. They did a lot of the recording in my studio. But the one that you might be more interested in is a part of the Whitney Houston story. I did her first album. But
you
then
did not do her first album. Her first album was the one I fell in love. Everybody fell in love with her.
Yeah. Who wouldn't? And but the Bodyguard that you just had up, that's what people find interesting because that was recorded on set. In the movie, The Bodyguard, most of the songs that she sang on stage were really records that she was lip syncing. Well, when it came to the final song, I Will Always Love You, she didn't want to lip sync because lip syncing a ballad is very difficult. So she wanted to do it live. So the producer asked me to get a truck and meet him in Florida, where they were recording the last scene at the Fontainebleau Hotel in a little multi-purpose room where a stage had been made. Of course, in the movie, she's in front of 30,000 people. But the most interesting part of that story, to summarize it, was the fact that she actually, when we got started, here she was a little bit nervous. It was obvious she was nervous. By then she had sung in front of, 100,000 people without any problem whatsoever. And here in a little dark room with 20 people, she was having, I guess because of the cameras and such. But it took a few takes, and they finally took a break after about take 3, I think. And then 4 we came back, and it was a pretty good take, but 5 was magic. And when she hit that "and I" at the end, there wasn't.
So get that, would you, show Bill? Just to hit that for him.
That is magic.
There wasn't a hair on anyone's head, back of anyone's neck that didn't go up, I don't think.
What is
That's
it like to
amazing.
listen to somebody on that caliber? Like when you hear a voice like, I mean, like that. Like that's
Yeah.
got to be a gift from God, right?
Oh
There's
yeah, total unbelievable gift. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that the start of that was pretty good, interesting as well. I did an album with Teddy Pendergrass, one of my favorite R&B singers. Unfortunately, he had a very bad car accident and had become a quadriplegic, and this was the first album he did after that.
Oof.
So it was he didn't have the same power that he had, previously. And I'm mixing the album, and the producer said, "There's a duet on this album, and I'm going to go record the duet partner. I'll be back in a few hours." And so when he came back, I said, "How did it go?" And he said, "Oh, unbelievable. This girl is drop dead gorgeous and sings like a bird." And I said, "Oh, what's her name?" He said, "You haven't heard of her. Her name's Whitney Houston."
Oh,
And she was brand new then. Clive had her signed. Clive, I said in the book, Clive Davis has done some amazing things, artistically with artists and songs and so on. And that's one of the best.
yeah.
He signed her when she was still a teenager, just so no one else could sign her. And then when
Unreal.
it came time to start making the record, which was right after we did this duet with Teddy Pendergrass, he just formed every step of the way to make her the superstar that she became. Now, obviously, she, as you point out, has the gift. But yeah, that song was on Teddy's album, and it's also on that first album of Whitney's.
That is unreal. We're talking with Bill Schnee. He's the author of Chairman at the Board, recording the soundtrack of a generation. Bill, you look at some of the pictures that are in the book and some of the pictures on your website. I mean, here's Ringo at the drums in your studio. You got John Lennon in there as well. What the heck was that like working with those guys?
Yeah, well, that wasn't my studio. I hadn't built my studio yet. That's from Ringo's first and second album, the Ringo album that was 1973. And what was, the producer, Richard Perry, who I did a lot of work with, very incredible producer, he had met Ringo while doing a Harry Nilsson album in England a couple of years previous, and they kept in touch and talking, and finally decided to make a record. And Richard called me and said, "We're going to do a record with Ringo." Oh, cool. And so he put a band together, and we got started. Well, the third day, George Harrison flew over and popped in.
Wow.
And that was kind of fun. He brought in a song that he had produced with Ringo in England called Photograph, and we listened to it, and he had cut it. It's actually kind of a sad song. The singer's lost his girl, and all he has left is a photograph.
Yeah.
So it was kind of somber, and everyone decided we should recut it just a little more up. And so we did that, and that, of course, was, I think, the biggest hit off that album. But then at the end of the week, we found out that John Lennon was going to come in, which meant that I had 3 of the 4 Beatles, the first time after their breakup that they played together, and the only time they would ever play together. So it's somewhat historic in that regard.
Wild. And this is you and Richard and John right here?
Yes.
Wow.
I'm the chubby guy on the left. And
that is unbelievable.
And the saddest thing is that Paul had a drug bust in the United States and wasn't allowed to come in the country for a certain amount of time. But this record turned into all of the guys giving Ringo a leg up. They all knew their careers were going to probably do pretty good, but he, not being the songwriter that they were, they all decided to help him. So Paul did write a song. We went up to England to record that one. But if he could have come in the country, there could well have been an accidental Beatle reunion. You'd never know. But amazing. I'll tell you that night with when we recorded "I'm the Greatest," which was John's song on that first album, that was magic with a capital M.
Oh my goodness! I'm just trying to get. I have the photograph too. Photograph. There
you go.
Right. Right. That's the song. I'm trying to get it in my head, but I totally can hear that song by.
That's it.
That's amazing. And listen, you were a singer-songwriter as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far. I was in a band.
In a band.
Put it that way. I was one of the songwriters and the background singer. Yeah. The LA Teens. I know you've heard of them.
Yeah, are you kidding me? I used to love those guys. How much did that help you being somewhat of a songwriter, dealing with those musicians when they come into your studio?
Yeah, I think it really does help being a musician as an engineer and especially as a producer. I think it starts just with an engineer being able to communicate with musicians, and of course as a producer, depending on the type of producer you are, to be able to actually get involved in musical changes and so on.
I mean,
That's
I just can't get over Steely Dan in Chicago. Chicago is one of my favorite.
Yeah, Barbara Streisand is in there, right? Here's a shot with you guys. That's you second from.
That's when they renamed the soundstage at Sony Pictures the Barbara Streisand soundstage, and she invited that group of people there. Those are people, engineers and producers and no arrangers, I guess, that were all a part of her career. And it was a very sweet time. Very, very honored to be asked to be there.
That is
wild. How about Neil Diamond? I mean, does it get any better than that?
He's one of those that, it's always been great. If I work with someone that's established, first of all, you walk in the room and to meet them. And Neil has got one of those voices that, if he hadn't been an incredible artist, would have made an amazing disc jockey. Just the greatest voice. And then he goes out in the room to sing, and then you pull up the fader, and I go, that's Neil Diamond. Yep.
That's Neil Diamond right there. So you did the Heartlight album with him?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
On your hot light
in the middle of the fire.
Wow, they both know that one.
Oh, listen, Bill, we're not as young as we look, my friend. We know them all. And tell me about Barry Manilow, because he's always been, I'm not ashamed.
He's a fan.
I'm not ashamed to admit it. I am a fan of Low, and I think the guy's amazing. He's got 50 top hits. It's wild.
I know. The thing is this, I will admit it, and I hope he isn't watching. I will admit that I wasn't the biggest fan back in the 70s. I just thought, he didn't write any of those early hits. Clive found them all.
Yeah.
And I didn't, I just thought he was another singer singing a really good pop song. And I loved Mandy and so on, but just another singer with a lot of reverb. Anyway, I started working with him, I guess it's a little over 20 years ago, and on a Christmas album. And we cut it live at the Sony scoring stage, now Barbara Streisand scoring stage. I cut it live with the orchestra and with several very, very talented and famous arrangers. And then subsequent to that, when I was mixing, I came across his workups for the songs. And I realized that he had handed, it's not like he said, I want to do this song in this key, go, which any of these arrangers were more than capable of doing. He had actually worked out he had them worked up quite well. So that's when I began going, oh, this isn't just another singer. And since then, working with him quite a bit, you were right. I was wrong. He's a very talented guy. And of course, then I've been to several shows, and he is live. He's just the best.
Yeah. I saw him on Broadway a couple of years ago.
We had them on too.
Yeah. Pointer. Which one did we have on? Anita was on a couple months ago with us, and just such a sweet lady. Sang a couple songs for us, and just what a career they had.
Yeah. I was fortunate to mix almost all of it, I guess.
That's amazing. That's amazing, man.
She kept on talking about how good the 80s were. Were the 80s good to you, Bill? Were they really good to you? I mean, you've got Huey Lewis, the hits from Huey Lewis to the News. My God.
I got to be honest, though. I love all genres of music. I've been very fortunate to work in all genres of music. It's not that easy because the first album I did,
Three Dog Night,
anything on. I only cut 2 songs on that album, but the story's in the book. It's a cute story, but that's how I got my start. But I've worked in all genres, and it's all been good. Since I moved to Nashville, I got to tell you, I've cut 2 of the best albums I've been involved with in the last 10-15 years. One of them just came out. It's by a girl named Mandy Barnett, and it's called The Stars Above, I believe. And it's
really?
I recorded that with a 60-piece orchestra here in Nashville, and it's the songs from Billie Holiday's second to the last album, all torch songs, and arranged by Sammy Nestico, who's a phenomenal old school arranger. How old? He was 94 when he did the arrangements, and he wasn't in good enough health to come out, but he just passed away. But that's an incredible album.
Her name is Mandy Barnett. Is that what you said? We'll get her on. I'll see if we can get her on. We'll get her on the show.
You should.
Are you on that like producers row there in Nashville? Are you in that area where all those, they look like homes, but they're all recording studios?
Actually, what's happened over time, the clumping of studios that used to be on Music Row are now in an area called Berry Hill.
Okay.
And most of those studios are still there, but all the newer ones and or whatnot are over in this Berry Hill area.
That's amazing. Please tell me you did "We're in This Love Together."
I didn't.
You didn't do that one?
That one I didn't do. That is a great one, though.
Al Jarreau, another amazing talent. I mean,
he was sensational. Such a humble guy, and just loved music.
Do you have? I mean, I assume like in your music room or in the studio where you record. I mean, do you have memorabilia from all these people, or not really? You didn't want to ask at the time.
I wish I did.
Yeah.
I didn't even have pictures. You see from the book. I didn't even have enough pictures, to be honest. When the publisher said, we're going to have a center section on nicer paper, we'd like some pictures, and I'm going, uh-oh. I really had to scramble to put together what I put together, but
great.
You pointed out that on the website, I should tell the audience that over a third of the book was cut out in the editing process. I worked with the editor for a year, and I was bemoaning that fact to a friend of mine before the book came out, that, all that work for nothing. And he said, why don't you just get a website, and in the book, tell the people how to, put a special key. They go to your website and put the key in, and they can see everything that was written that didn't make the book. So that's what I did. And it's on BillSchnee.com, and it's a tab called Got a Key. And when you read the book, you can go there.
Cool.
I love it. Yeah, no, I saw that. And when you go on your website, you literally see all the album covers from everything you've ever worked on. And it's endless. I mean, it's endless. It was amazing. It's wild.
The body of work is crazy. It's just crazy.
I've been very blessed.
Yeah, let's put you Carly Simon, No Secrets. I mean, she's another one who was just amazing.
Yeah, maybe. So I had a minor crush on Barbara when I worked with her 2 years earlier.
Right.
I had a little more than a minor crush probably on Carly when I mixed that album.
And what about Bette Midler? Did you anything with her? Any romantic thoughts of Bette Midler?
No. And believe me, the crush was just a crush in those two cases. But no, Bette was great. She kind of freaked out on that album. I did two with her. She kind of freaked out on that, as artists will sometimes do. She had been there for the recording. That was also recorded with a live orchestra. She was there for the recording, singing along. She redid her vocals when she was more comfortable with the arrangements, but she redid the vocals, and then I mixed it. And after it was mixed, she called the executive producer and said, I hate this record. I don't like the arrangements. I'm not sure about all the songs, and you got to get somebody else to mix it. And this is where an executive producer, in this case, a guy named Jay Landers, who Barbara doesn't go in anywhere without Jay, can be worth his weight in gold, because she, for literally a few vocal changes, and I mean a very few, and presenting it back to her with the same mixes, the same arrangements, the same everything, she went totally the opposite and said, oh, I love this. This is my favorite album I've ever done. I want to be buried with it. And little does she know that she almost had that chance. She might have had that chance a few weeks earlier when she was driving us all crazy. But as I always say, all's well that ends, and that one did end well.
Yeah, that ended well. And Bill, listen, before you go, what was this place? What is that?
That is the gatehouse of George Harrison's castle. He and his wife Patty at the time invited the producer and I to come out on the weekend, and she would cook for us. And that's just the gatehouse.
Wow.
The house itself is this unbelievable castle that he had at the time. He had a skull and crossbones flag flying overhead. And he just in the book, a pretty decent description. It's just a fabulous place, and he couldn't have been nicer. The funny part about it was they were vegetarians at the time, and she made a totally vegetarian meal. And I haven't eaten red meat since 1979, but back then I was still eating meat. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, we're not going to have meat. And then I had the meal, and I went, my gosh, if I could eat like this, I'd never care about meat again either. She was a great cook, is the point.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, this gatehouse looks like something you'd see at Epcot in one of the countries, for God's sakes, right? Look at this.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's
it looks
just
great
right there at the gates when you drive in.
Bill, listen, just phenomenal to talk. Like I said, we could sit here and talk to you all night. The book is Chairman at the Board, recording the soundtrack of a generation. Amazing stories about just about every musical artist you've ever been in love with. And Bill, everything's available, Amazon, anywhere books are sold.
Barnes and Noble, right? Books A Million. They say it's everywhere you need to be.
BillSchnee.com for all the background information too, all that.
Yeah. Hey, just here it is.
After
right
you buy
here.
the book and get the key, though.
Right after you buy the book, you get a key, and you go to his website, and you get like all the pages that ended up on the cutting room floor. Right.
That's it.
That's amazing, Bill. Listen, thank you so much. Absolute honor, and just an amazing career.
And see you in Nashville.
Yeah. I'm listening. I'll be in the. I'll be on Broadway drunk, yelling your name if you know.
No, Schnee!
Yeah. If you hear me, just come out and say hello.
Okay. It's a deal.
Bill, thank you very much, my friend. It's great to talk to you.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it.
Take care, bud. You got it. Suk, what a career. Holy cow.
I don't even know where to start. I mean, maybe 10 of my favorite bands ever.
Oh yeah, no, it's amazing. I mean, listen, I could have grabbed 700 photos of everything he's worked on. I grabbed the ones that I thought. Oh, who's that in the background, Suki? Who's the kid in the background?
No, you can't do that right now. It's too much noise.
Who is? Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? Using the blender?
He wants the Slurpee.
Suki's going to use the blender during our show?
No, you can't.
That's not possible. That's not possible. You got no time. Suki, Vincent Pastore's coming up. It's a movie star. Where's he going?
He's taking the Slurpee machine away from me.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Only on this show. Suk, anyway, just a great interview with Bill. Like I said, you could literally talk to him all night with all those stories. Go out and get the book. Let me pop it up again because there are some amazing stories in there. He told you the one about Michael Jackson, which was wild. And I mean, this is stuff you never hear this stuff.
He told us about Michael Jackson, oh my God, Whitney
Manilow,
Houston,
yeah, Barbara Streisand.
Manilow. I mean, he had Kiki D on too.
Kiki D, yeah, Elton John, Kiki D. Well, listen, Suk, we keep rolling along. I mean, listen, Vincent Pastore, he needs no introduction.
No introduction at all, ladies and gentlemen.
No introduction at all. You know him from, listen, he's been in so many movies, of course, the big role. Big Pussy on The Sopranos, an amazing role for him. And I mean, he's the ultimate mob guy, and he's just a big teddy bear. Got a new movie coming out, Sue, called Made in Chinatown. And when you look at the trailer, it's kind of like it's a kung fu mafia spoof movie. Where there's this young Asian kung fu expert kid who wants to be a made guy in the mafia. So it's like Chinatown meets Little Italy, and it looks like it's really funny. Take a look. We'll bring Vincent in on the other side. We'll talk about it and his career and the whole thing. Here you go.
Yeah, that hurt. How did I get myself into this mess?
What do you want from me, huh? While I'm in a good mood, talk to me. You got 3 seconds.
I want to join the family and become a wise guy.
You ain't even Italian.
I'm doing the best I can.
You will distribute 300 gallons of olive oil in Chinatown. Clean and simple.
Olive oil in Chinatown. Vincent Chow.
Vincent Chow!
Hey, Gina, how about we romance the Big Apple just for you and I?
Not a chance.
We need an inside man, someone expendable. We need an Italian that looks a little Chinese.
My last name is Chow.
We got you confused with the other Korean gentleman we were tailing.
That's racist. I'm not Korean, I'm Chinese.
I thought you were Italian.
And that's how I found myself in the middle of this massive brawl.
I'm Vinny Chow, proving myself mob-worthy.
It looks like a funny movie, right? There he is, ladies and gentlemen. There he is.
Funny like how?
Funny like how? You amuse me?
Funny
like
how?
I was watching you guys talk to that other guest, man. What a track record, huh?
Oh, my goodness. Vince, you can't even imagine the folks who come on this program. A lot of your friends have come on. Vince Ciratola's been on. Steve Sharippa. A lot of the guys from Sopranos have been on. And, listen, major Hollywood stars like yourself, bud. They're all popping through.
Nah, I'm not a major Hollywood star. I'm a New York actor. I love New York. I was worried I was going to be late tonight because I got elected. It's a crazy story. I got elected to Sag-Aftra local and national board.
Wow!
And it was like that movie, The Producers. I didn't think I was going to get elected. When I ran for office, and the thing is, you got to sit on these meetings, and you can't get a word in.
Yeah.
No. And then that guy, what's his name? Rob Schneider, the actor.
Yeah, Rob.
Oh, he's crazy, man.
Was he talking a lot?
He don't like the guy did the animal, right?
Yeah.
If you say yes, he says no.
Vince, listen.
Elliot Gould, he's like this all night. And then when it's time to vote, he wakes up.
Listen, if I give you my Sag-Aftra number, can you get me my health insurance coverage back?
What, you lost it too?
Of course. Right in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah.
I wasn't happy.
No, none of us are.
No, but
that's why I got to work, because you got to make the quota now.
You got to make that
working. When I zoomed in earlier, I know you. We're going to talk about Made in Chinatown. I got a movie opener up in Vegas, but I actually got a job today.
Yeah, tell us about it.
Well, I think I want to play a game with you.
Okay.
Okay?
All
Because
right.
you guys seem like you know your music.
We do.
And you guys were just talking about Whitney, right?
Yes.
Okay. Before Whitney, there was a music producer by the name of Morris Levy.
Okay.
You don't know who he was, Scott?
Morris, a producer no.
Yeah, he ran Roulette Records.
Okay.
Morris Levy.
Yeah, so he had Dion, and he had a lot of good stuff on Roulette Records.
Okay.
And he was in competition with Motown, but he was a gangster. What happens is this guy comes out of nowhere, and he gives himself the last name of Bogart, Neil Bogart, because of Humphrey Bogart, and he creates Casablanca Records.
Okay.
Toot toot bang bang. Who's that? Who sang that?
Toot toot bang bang?
Yeah, Bad Girl. Who sang that?
Yeah, Donna Summer. Toot toot.
That's what this movie's about.
Yeah.
So what happened? This is a true story. I take the job. I'm talking to the director on Zoom yesterday. No sooner did I take the job, Sharippa calls me up and says, I love Steven. He says, did you get the job? I said, how do you know? He says, well, it was my job.
Oh, you took it from him?
I don't want to fly back to New York. So I asked him, I told him to give it to you. So I says, well, good, then I don't have to go to wardrobe. He says, no, I'm a little taller than you. I says, well, we can fix the pants. So I says to him, why, how much you weigh? And he didn't answer me. I says, okay, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I'll get my own. He don't want to tell me how much he weighs now. He's fucking vain. But he referred me to role, and I got the job.
Now, do you when you get referred to a role like that, do they make you audition, or they just go on?
No. In other words, I got an email, and they said we have an offer for you to do, and they sent me the script. Read the script. The director would like to talk to you tomorrow. So now I'm doing my podcast on Monday night, what I do with Goomba Johnny.
Okay.
And I want to get home. I want to, I had 2 guests on 2 different shows. We taped 2 different shows. But I want to get home. I want to print out that script and see what kind of a thing this is, because I had no idea. The script was called PS 203. I said, what is that about? And I started reading it. I said, shit, I lived this. I lived this because I ran discos.
Right.
So the director, I was up all night. The director zooms in. He says, how you doing, man? I said, I'm all right. I read the script 3 times. He says, what'd you think? I said, I lived this. I said, I lived this.
PS 203.
He said, you want the job? I said, yeah, I want the job. So I took the job. I said, but you got one problem. I said, you got one problem, Timothy, because this is his father's life story, and he's got all the rights to the music.
Right.
This is about Kiss. Do you know Kiss used to open for Aerosmith?
Oh yeah, okay. So the movie's about Kiss.
Yeah, well, that's their first label, Casablanca.
Wow.
So my first scene, I gotta go out. And there's going to be this pipe. What do you call when they were doing the shows?
Pyrotechnics.
Yeah, and it goes wrong.
Yes.
I'm there because I'm there with my guy. And the scene is like I got a tux on and all this water comes all over. That's what I got to do. So I says to him, he said, Vinny, I want to add you in that scene. It's not in the script that you're in that scene, but I want to add you in the scene. I said, look. As long as you get me to Wildwood when we rap. He said, what? I said, I got to be in Wildwood. I got a gig with my band. He said, you got a gig with your band? I said, yeah, and I'm sold out. But if I don't show up, I look bad. He said, no, Vinny, I'll get you to Wildwood. I said, okay.
Vince, you know what's so funny? And we'll talk about the movie in a second. I was looking, I have different stuff for you. And I put in your name, singing on YouTube, and every video I pulled up was you with a microphone like you were about to sing, but you kept talking to the crowd and you never sang.
Well, that's part of the show. I mean, I don't know if they really come to see me sing.
What's your go-to song, bud?
I do 6 songs a show if we're doing 3 sets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are they covers?
6 songs a show. Yeah, they're all covers. We do classic rock.
And which is your favorite?
My favorite song, Gloria, by Van Morrison.
Let me hear you do a little. Go ahead.
Get out of here.
Come on, you're a singer. Give us a little 30 seconds. Our audience loves that.
I'm not doing that.
Come on, a little
You
band
want me to sing Gloria now?
Yeah, just do it 30 seconds. Go ahead.
I was on Broadway, I was in 2 musicals. You don't know that. You just think I play gangsters.
Nah, listen, we
I
know
played a gangster on Broadway. I did. But I was a singing gangster.
We know everything about you, Vincent.
Okay. All right.
Everything.
Yeah, so my band is on tour.
Right.
For Vincent Pastore's 75th birthday tour.
Okay.
July 14th. I'm plugging this, man. There's the band. July 14th, we're going to be at the Wonder Bar in Asbury Park.
Okay.
July 15th at Daryl's house in Pawling, New York. Get some guys. And then we're going to be at the Cutting Room, the picture you're looking at now, September 2nd.
Nice. I've done stuff at the Cutting Room. It's a great place.
Great place, yeah. So we do good, but it's a show because I got Tommy Buddha with me. We do duets. I bring Killer Joe up. I had God bless his soul, Nick Cadero. Came up and sang with us. I had musicians from the E Street Band go up and play with us. I haven't gotten Steven up there yet, though. Little Steven.
Yeah, really. I figured he'd be up there for you.
I know. I mean, come on.
All right, and you can't knock out 15 seconds of a song right now? Is that what you're saying?
I didn't say that.
He says he's going to lose connection. That's what
I didn't say that. I didn't say that. If you really want to lose ratings on your show,
listen. we had Jerry Springer singing Elvis on this show. How bad can it be?
Yeah, but that's Jerry Springer. He can do anything, man. Me, I'll lose my fan base. No, actually, listen. We ask people to come see the show. I sing. I'm not going to sing Gloria. I'm going to sing a song a cappella.
Go ahead.
And I'm going to dedicate this to my ex-wife.
All right, go ahead.
Okay?
Yeah.
I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. Make believe it came from you. I'm going to write words oh so sweet. They're going to knock me off my feet. And lots of kisses on the bottom. I'll believe I got them. I'm going to say to you, I hope you're feeling better. And sign it, I love you the way you used to do. I'm going to sit right down and write myself a letter. Make believe it came from you. That's all you're going to get.
Nice.
You know, I was down at the Wonder Bomb doing it with Benny. We're down there. I get different musicians all the time. I turned around. I said, Benny, we're going to do Sit Right Down. He says, I don't know it. I said, what do you mean you don't know it? Louis Armstrong used to sing this song. Billy Barrett said, what do you mean you don't know it? So he said, let's practice. I said, okay, we'll do Where or When. He says, how's that go? I says, you know what? You just want to play your shit tonight. I get it. I get it. Okay, let's do Evil Ways. And I'll do Evil Ways, but I'm not singing. I'm just shaking the maracas, man. So the band isn't about me. The band is about them.
Right. It's so funny. Listen,
Suki
Suki owes me $100. Suki owes me $100. She said I would never get you to sing. And
I said you
Suki owes me $100. She owes me $100.
Why wouldn't I sing? Why wouldn't I sing? How bad can I be? What are you going to do? You're going to edit that out?
No, he's going to edit that in and play it over and over and over
That's
again.
classic stuff you got right there, man.
Vince, we're on live. First of all, we can't edit out anything, so we can't. We can't do it.
That's why they were breaking my chops. Oh, okay. We're on live.
We're on live.
Let me tell you something. You look really good. You look
Live
fantastic.
to like where? Where do you go live?
Well, right now we're on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
Usually to about 40, 50,000 people on the show.
Doing what? They're watching the show right now?
Watching the show.
Why don't you pay me a penny for each person who zooms in? At least I'll get some money out of it tonight.
And listen, Vince, once it's done, we have 7 streaming platforms that we
I want another penny there.
Yeah, listen. And we go to
Whoa. I'm on the national and local board for Screen Actors Guild. We're gonna catch your ass for doing all the streaming shit and not paying guys like me any residuals.
Listen,
you better watch. You better look over your shoulder, man.
Listen, what do you see there as the #1 show on Stir? What's that say?
You guys.
Nicely done. It beating out Deal or No Deal. Huh? See that right there?
Wow, Johnny Carson, he's been dead. What are you doing on there?
Well, we're beating him out.
What is Stir?
Stir is Sinclair Broadcasting's streaming platform. So we're on there, and about 7 others that we go to. We're not exclusive to anybody. But listen, anyway, if we don't talk about the movie, Andrea's going to kill us.
I know, but I want to plug one more movie before we talk about that movie.
Go ahead. What do you got?
I got to go out to Vegas to the Mob Museum.
Okay.
I did a movie called Birthday Cake, and we're going to premiere it there. I just wanted to say that.
All right. Listen,
You know, so people think that I'm not working no more. You know, I'm working, man.
Vince, you listen. We had Eric Roberts on last week.
Yeah, I love him. Right.
You guys are neck and neck with the amount of movies you got coming out in the next 2 months.
I did a TV sitcom with Eric.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Years ago. Yeah. Oh, he's a sweetheart.
He's a very nice guy.
Oh yeah,
good guy. Well, listen, we got to talk Sopranos, but first we got to tell me about Made in Chinatown. Tony Darrow's. Tony's with us tomorrow night, by the way.
Yeah.
But tell me about this movie because it looks like it's pretty funny.
Tony to pay me the money he owes me.
I'll. You know what? I'll.
As soon as he comes on, because I'm gonna tell you something. I'll tell you about, okay, all right, look. And he's got top billing over me. And I'm going to tell you about Tony. I love him, okay? Tony and I have been together since Goodfellas. That's when I met Tony in Goodfellas. Right. I was the man with the coat rack.
Yes.
And then Tony and I did a lot of independent stuff together. And his cousin, Paul Borghese, puts us in a lot of work together. I love Tony. We just did a signing down in Asbury Park for Goodfellas. But I got Tony that job. And he never gave me my 10%. That's all I'm saying.
You got him the gig in this movie?
I got him that job.
Well, here he is. Listen, he does have it looks like he's prominently displayed there. Well, you know what? You're in front of him on this poster, so I think
Tony's got a bigger part. He's got the lead.
I feel like
he's also a producer. What? What's the matter? What'd you say?
What'd you say, Suk?
No, he jumps out a little bit more besides, like in the poster.
Who does? Tony? He jumps out more? What does that mean? I jump out more.
Yeah, look at you. You jump out where you first.
Do you know I went shopping for those clothes for this guy, and then I told wardrobe to reimburse me. All these are on my clothes. That's my glasses. That's me. I wore those glasses in a movie with De Niro, The Family. We shot in Paris.
Yeah.
And Bobby came up to me, I swear to God, and he was looking at those glasses. We were doing a scene together in Normandy, and he says, "Where'd you get those glasses? Those are casino glasses."
Yes,
I know the casino glasses. That's why I'm wearing them tonight.
Yeah, wow. You look like Ace. You look like Ace Rothstein in that show.
Yeah, those are casino glasses, man.
That's very funny.
You know?
Oh man, you got him. You got him there.
Hold on.
He's got him.
Those
are good.
Look at that. Those are the glasses.
Yeah, but I'm getting a lot of glare.
Yeah. We could see the porno on your computer, Vince, on your glasses.
These glasses I don't even pay for. I don't even pay for. I swear to God. What are these? A Maui something?
Maui Gyms.
I don't pay for them. If all I gotta say is I'm wearing the Maui Gym glasses right now on your podcast.
Nice.
And I'm gonna get another pair.
There you go.
I love Maui Gyms. Don't you?
I'm telling you, I love Maui Gym glasses.
Hold on. Wait.
They cost $1,000 each. Who are you talking to?
Vin, wait, hold on.
$500 each. What are you talking about?
I put you up full screen. Now give them a plug. Go ahead.
Maui Gym are the glasses to wear if you want to look slim. Wear Maui Gym.
There you go. They're going to send you a box now.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's great, man. Well, listen, the movie's Made in Chinatown.
I love talking about this because when we were doing Made in Chinatown, and I talked to the wardrobe girl, she was so sweet. I says, I gotta look like this guy who's living in the past because Tony keeps saying, "Look at you, the way you dress, the way you look. You know, this is now because I'm living in the past. You know." The way I dress and all that, you know?
Yeah.
So I wanted to, that's why I went and bought that. I went and bought the clothes I bought because I didn't want to look like Tony.
Right.
I want to look like, I want to look different.
I love it, man. It looks like it's a cool, it's just a cool kind of way to, you mix kung fu with the mob, and you can't go wrong with that.
No, because it's funny. It's almost like watching Cheech and Chong movies, man. And the best way to watch these movies, and I'm going to tell you something, because really the subtext of what I was selling in the movie, I was condimendo. What's my name? Condimendo, because I sold condomindos. I was really selling pot. But Mark was a little nervous about admitting that I was really selling pot.
That is so funny. I love it. Well, listen, the movie came out May 11th.
I wasn't selling pot. My character was
selling pot. That's so funny. Listen, we know this is you in the Navy, right? You joined the Navy.
That's the first time I ever smoked pot.
In the Navy.
Yeah,
and
in the Navy,
listen, we'd be remiss before we get to the Vince Pastore movie quiz. We'd be remiss if we didn't just touch on Sopranos.
So we got an audience, or the three of us?
No, it's just the three of us.
So you're going to ask me, or I'm going to ask you?
No, I'm going to ask you questions, but no, I wanted to talk about the Sopranos for a second before we get to the quiz.
You can talk about the Sopranos all night, but I don't think you have that much time.
Well, listen, we have plenty of time, but this is easily, Big Pussy, one of the great characters, just got to be one of the greatest roles of all time for you. What I always wonder, Vin, about shows like this, right? The Sopranos, easily one of the greatest TV shows ever. When you find out you're getting killed off and shot on that boat, but I know you came back a lot. Tony had visions. He saw you a little bit here and there, but are you kind of like, come on, man, what do you got to kill me off the show so early for?
I'm going to tell you something. Steve Sciarippa, Michael Imperioli, they have the podcast.
Yes.
And they were talking to David Chase, and Michael emailed me the link, and he said, you should look at what David said about you. And you never know what David Chase thinks. And David Chase said on Michael's and Sciarippa's podcast that I wrote that role for Vinny.
Mm-hmm.
He was great. I was sorry to see him go, but we didn't even know if we had a third season.
Right.
So he was writing season to season. It's after the second season took off, me getting killed. I mean, the New York Post was in my house. They didn't know I was getting killed.
Right.
Daily News. Nobody knew I was getting killed. My brother-in-law used to say, stop telling people you're getting killed. Loose lips sink ships. The show blew up. It blew up. And guess what? I'm dead.
Yeah.
But, I'm going to show you something. And now I'm on the national board. This is from the Screen Actors Guild. This is what I got from The Sopranos. And now I'm on the board. So that's my life. And it all started from that guy.
That's amazing, man. Yeah, no, just such. Listen,
because you were talking to me earlier tonight about Sleepaway Camp and all these other projects I've done. I wouldn't have got those roles. The Hurricane, I wouldn't have got Made. It all came from Sopranos.
All from The Sopranos.
This is Wild, all that, all came out of this.
Yeah, and working with this guy wasn't too bad either, right?
Oh, I miss Jimmy. Yeah, we were close. We were close because the characters were close, and we worked like that, man. We hung out. We worked on our lines together. And the same thing with Louis Lombardi, who played. Yeah, see, that's how much we loved each other. That was the Emmys.
Yeah, no, just amazing. Just listen. One of the greatest shows. It'll always hold up. It still holds up. People watch it. They rewatch it, and I know. Listen, so many people over the pandemic said that they were rewatching The Sopranos.
You got kids coming up to you now.
Yeah.
Who weren't allowed to watch it back in the day.
Yeah.
And now they're watching it, and I get fan mail like crazy. And I'm going to tell you something, guys. I answer my fan mail.
Wow.
That's great.
I answered. You know, I'm going to tell you something. I learned something from my mentor, Danny Aiello. We were up in Toronto.
Yeah.
And there was a movie that he had out called 2 Days in the Valley. And it was our day off. We went to Sutton Hotel. I was working on The Last Don with Danny. And he said, come on, we're going to movies today. And we went down. And I said, what do you want to go see your own movie? You're in this movie. And he says, yeah, I want to see it. So we sat in the back row. And we watched Danny Aiello's movie. And I said, well, sit next to Danny. He's right there. And as soon as the lights went up, he came out and he stood next to the popcorn stand. And he put like $100 on the popcorn stand. He said, just keep handing me bags. And as everybody was walking out, he was handing them a bag of popcorn.
Oh, that's so great.
And I said, you're supposed to do it before they went in. He says, nah, I didn't want them to know I was there. I said, well, they know you were there now.
That is so funny.
And Danny said to me, you got to be good to your public. Those are the people that pay your bills. Those are the people that see your movies. You got to be good to the public.
You know what's great, Vin? He before he passed away, he's literally right around the corner from me. And there was an A&P in the area, and I would see him in there every once in a while. He'd be coming down, frozen foods, and you would see. I knew Dan. We knew Danny just because we were doing Pix 11 News and whatnot. I would say hello to him, and then keep moving. But I would watch as all the women in the store would come up to him, and they would freak out. Oh my God! And he was the nicest guy to everybody who stopped him in the supermarket. Just a sweetheart.
And he believed in his actor friends. I mean, I met Danny through Louis LaRusso. Well, actually, this is true. If you got a minute.
Sure.
I'm running a bus terminal in White Plains, New York. And it was like a family business, and me and my wife split up. So I don't want to be in a bus terminal business anymore. I'm going to be an actor. Fuck it. So, I'm divorced. Let me do. So I go back to work in the club business, and I go downtown to see my friend in a play. My friend Michael Aronin, he was in a play with Danny Aiello called Knockout. And after the play, Danny and I were talking, and he remembered me when I was working for Tommy Mottola, and I introduced his kids to Daryl and John. He remembered me. He says, I know you. You're Crazy Horse. And he became my mentor. I'm doing a commercial for Mike Tyson, and Danny was standing back with Paulie Herman, and he comes up to me on the break. I'm an extra. He's like, I got competition. I loved him so much. We were doing a play in with Louis LaRusso, Hoboken. He comes in rehearsal one day and he says, Vinny can't do the play no more. Louis said, what? He says, he's coming with me to Canada. And he took me to Canada.
Listen, you're having too much fun, Vin. You're having way too much fun in your life.
I love my life. No, I really do. I really do. And you know what? When you call up your daughter, and you say to your daughter, I just got another job, and I'm working with the guy from The Hobbit. And she says, who? And then I show her the picture. She tells her daughter, Grandpa's working with the guy from The Hobbit. I says, well, I'm not really working with him. I'm working with the guy, but it's exciting, and they just get a kick out of it. And my granddaughter, she's only seen me in Shark Tale.
Shark Tale.
And so she's never seen anything else.
Oh, that's great.
Not even Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, Sleepaway Camp.
Shark Tales was. My kids love Shark Tales.
Shark Tale was the best.
Well, listen, Vin, you got this movie just came out when a Chinese guy joins the mob. Forget about it. Made in Chinatown. You got the movie Birthday Cake, premieres June 12th at the Mob Museum in Vegas. You've been in, before you go, you've been in a gazillion movies and TV shows. I want to see how well you remember 5 of them. So what I'm going to do is, and I don't want to put any pressure on you, but Eric Roberts got them all correct. So what I want to do is, do you have a pen and a piece of paper?
He already has the first.
Yeah, the first one is.
What was the first one?
I'm going to give you the synopsis. Let me finish it. And
hold on. I got. Okay, here you go.
I want you.
Give me a synopsis.
I'm going to give you
a pen and a piece of paper for.
I want you to write it down. You and Suki are both going to write it down. You're both going to hold it up, and I want to see who gets it right.
Oh, this is one of those kind of games.
Yeah. All right, so
Okay,
we'll see how you do. There's 5 of them.
I can't give like Suki a wink.
I need a wink.
All right, so you're gonna. It's a movie that I was in.
All movies that you were in.
Oh well, how can I get this wrong?
You'd be surprised.
You do pretty well.
All right, come on, let's go.
Here you go. First one. You might get this one. When campers and staff mysteriously begin disappearing and turning into gruesome corpses, paranoid Ronnie can't shake the memory of a series of grisly murders that took place at a camp where he worked 2 decades earlier. Did you write it down, Vin?
Yeah.
What'd you put? Let me see what you wrote. Suk, what do you have?
Return to Sleepaway.
Vin, what do you have? Return to Sleepaway is the correct answer. Return to Sleepaway. You're 1 for 1. Nicely done, my friend.
That's Felicia Rose, by the way, who was dressed like a guy.
Here's the next one. Members of a religious community try to save the soul of a possessed boy and his child cohorts after he escapes from an asylum and starts murdering anyone who gets in his way. Escapes from an asylum and starts murdering anyone who gets in his way. You remember that one, Vin? You get 5 seconds to start writing, my friend. Suk, you know this?
Yeah, I think I do. It just.
How do you know it?
Suki's been following your career for a long
Oh,
time.
I had to. What is it?
She already said, torture chamber.
Is that the correct answer, Vin? Is that what you have down?
Yeah, but you know why I don't remember that movie? Because I asked the guy to send me a copy or something so I could watch it. You know, like especially during the pandemic, I was having Vincent Pastore Festival. So if the producer's watching this thing, send me a copy.
All right.
I lost to that one.
That's what you're going with, huh? All right, here we go. 3 more to go.
Okay.
After being falsely imprisoned, Ryan looks up his old girlfriend Carla, who set him up. Carla is now married to Vincent, who's Ryan's old nemesis, and old vendettas resurface.
It's a good one.
After being falsely imprisoned, Ryan looks up his old girlfriend Carla, who sets him up. She's now married to Vincent, who's Ryan's old nemesis. And old vendettas resurface. Vince, you know this one.
He does.
No, I don't.
I don't know if he does. He didn't write anything down yet, Suk. What do you have? Under Hell's Gate Bridge. Vin, do you agree?
I guess I don't remember the plot on that. All I know on that one was that this guy Michael, who I worked with on Men of Respect, Michael Sergio, he said, "You want to be in this movie?" And we had a good time. But I kind of forgot the way. See, if you would have said,
are you going to blame it on me now?
No, if you would have gave me different synopsis, if you would have said, guy comes home and somebody else was screwing his girlfriend, so he gets pissed off, I think I would have remembered it.
Bing, ding, 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 ding. Like Dominic Chianese in this one, too.
Dominic was in it, Frank Vincent.
All right, here you go. You ready? This one I know you're going to get. This is easy. This is an easy one.
You give me something where I made some money on.
All right, I think you're on the box on this one. You got to know it. A stolen secret recipe ignites a war between 2 tough New York families who've been battling for years over who makes the better pizza pie.
A Tale of Two Pizzas.
Nicely done, my friend. See, I knew you'd get that one. Suk, did you have that one?
I was just watching it. I was keep going.
All right, last one. Last one is the last one.
I got to get caught up, right, Suk? I got to get caught up. So I'm not even writing it down. I'm just yelling it out.
Here you go. This one you're going to get. A police officer promises to share his lottery ticket with a waitress in lieu of a tip.
Yeah, it could happen to you.
Nicely done, my friend. Nicely done.
How did I lost 2, right?
I think you were doing. You're at about 50, about 45%, my friend.
50.
Eric got them all right.
All right.
Well, he's probably got a better memory than me. Maybe he doesn't smoke pot. I don't know.
Listen, man, you're the best. This movie
made a lot of fun. Made in Chinatown. There's a certain channel that it's on that you could get it.
Yeah, it's on streaming, it's on cable channels on demand. All you got to do is search it. Everybody's got the search now.
And then they look for Made in Chinatown because my friend around the corner came over and says, I just watched Made in Chinatown. I said, how'd you watch it? You know, now the thing about Made in Chinatown, and we have to say this before I leave.
Go ahead.
Is that Mark was so good to my friend, Richie Giacco, who was driving me back and forth to the set. We got Richie in the movie. Richie winds up dying before the movie comes out.
Oh.
And if we look at the end, Mark put in memory of Richie Giacco.
Nicely done. Very nice.
And just so you know, it's on Amazon, iTunes, Vudu, Vimeo, and
everywhere.
Fandango now.
Fandango was the guy I was talking about. Fandango.
And listen, we didn't even get a chance to talk about your sauce. We got to have you back.
Whoa. Let's go back. Go back. I'm not making the sauce no more.
All right, so not the sauce. The last thing I want to. The last thing.
Cut that part out. We're live.
I'll cut that out.
Right. Well, you know. Listen, I don't want to get sued. Because of the pandemic, it was hard to sell the sauce, so it's discontinued. I'm sorry, folks.
The last thing I want to show before you leave, because I love this, I found it, I don't want to waste it. It's from 23 years ago.
What?
Take a look at a much younger Vinny Pastore.
A Pepsi, please.
A Pepsi. Sure thing, Curly. Here you go, cupcake.
Thank you.
Hey, come here. I want you to listen very carefully to what I'm going to tell you. We both know I ordered a Pepsi Cola. And now you've insulted me and my entire family by offering me this, whatever it is. For being a civilized person, I'd like to give you a chance to make amends. Capiche? Yeah. Here you go.
Thank you.
You remember that one?
When she got older, I did another movie with her. I just watched it the other day. That's Hallie Eisenberg.
Oh, wow.
Name of the movie, PJ. Her brother is Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh, okay. He played, what's his name from Facebook? Jesse Eisenberg, right? He played Mark Zuckerberg.
Right.
Then listen, man, you're the best, bud. We love you.
We have fun. We have fun. I don't sing for everybody.
I figured that. If you want to do one more before you leave on the way out, do you want to do one more? He's going to do it, Silk. He's going to do it. He's going to do it.
Love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? There's nothing too good if a girl is true. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? That's all I'm going to do. That was from Broadway. And here's what happens. The play opens up. All these girls are dancing around. And I come up under the ground. And I'm sitting there. And she comes over to me. And she's like she's younger than my granddaughter. And I start singing to love makes me treat you the way that I do. Gee, baby, ain't I good to you? And Woody said, I didn't think you could sing, Vinny. And I said, Woody, I'm a soprano. And with that, I say 2 words.
Ben, thank you, buddy. We love you, pal.
A lot of fun.
Thank you, my friend.
Great show.
Enjoy.
That was a good show.
What a good guy, Sook. What a good guy. So much fun. Hey, what are you doing? Is that the icy? Did your brother make that in the machine?
Everybody's having Slurpees in my house.
Oh, my God.
That sounds delicious.
Phil's microphone sounds bassy tonight. Doesn't he sound good?
Feel the bass. Hit it.
No, you were talking to Vinny Pastore, and I did like 4 video auditions today. One of them was for a wise guy type role, and this was my look. See if you can see that.
Tilt it down, Phil. Tilt it down. Oh, there you go.
I can't see it.
I like it though. I feel it. I feel the jacket.
Other way. Tilt it down and let it catch up for a sec. There you go. That's the Michael Bublé outfit.
No, but it's good. I like that look.
I love it. I love it.
Hey, we'll see what happens. Fingers crossed.
Sook, you're not with us tomorrow night, right?
Tomorrow, I'm leaving, taking some time off with the kiddies.
Taking some time off with the kids. All right, Sook. Listen, we'll talk to you and
bye, guys.
great show tonight.
Bye, Philly.
Bye. Love you too.
Memorial Day.
Thank you.
Bye,
You
babe.
too.
Philly Kid. Hold on, let me fix this up. Right here. We do that. We do that. We do this. We do this. Philly Kid, what's shaking, baby?
Not much, man. I've been pretty busy. Like I said, today I've been mostly working on auditions and just trying to get my name out there and see if I can become the next Vinny Pastore.
That's it, boy. He's he's tailor made for any mob movie, right?
Yeah.
But what a fun guy, man! Wow, he is a fun guy. That movie Sleepaway Camp that he was in, the thriller. I had the scene from it. Not the funny thing is that was shot at a camp that I went to as a kid. Really? The original Sleepaway Camp movie was 1983, and I'm sitting in the theater with my friends, and the movie starts out. They must have shot it after camp left for the summer. We already came home,
right?
So I'm at the movies, and all of a sudden they're panning the camp, with the scary music, and I was
right.
I'm like, holy, you know what? Like this is my camp. And next thing you know, people are getting murdered and hacked up in different places in the camp. Nobody wanted to go back. Nobody was going back to the camp. I'm like, I'm not going back to that place. And but it was just at the waterfront, the baseball fields. It was wild watching the movie. And and they have people in the bunks fooling around because there's always a sex scene in any horror movie.
Right.
And they're in the bunks that we were sleeping in. And of course, the guy's under the bed goes right through the two people with the pitchfork. And it was like, and I was like, wow. And nobody wanted to go back to the camp. I think they had to close up after that.
Yeah, so Mr. and Mrs. Stanford are saying, Scotty, get in the car. You're going back to camp.
Right. I'm like, I'm not going back to that camp. No way am I going. But listen, you have a couple videos on our page right now. Your Facebook is still down. Yeah. So if anybody wants to see Phil's songs with the music, they're on our page. You got one that's got 200 quarter million. That was the one with what song was that you sang?
I forget.
I forgot.
I know you did. We put the one up, the Green Beret song. We put that up. Yeah. And the other one was what the hell was the other one that you did?
It wasn't Brand New Key, was it?
Yes. No. I rode my bicycle past your window last night. Philly Kid, listen, before you get to singing on this show, I want people to enjoy.
What do you say, Philly Kid? We buy a couple tickets, head out to Hawaii. Come on, let's do it now. Leaving home out on the road, I've been down before. Riding along on this big old jet plane, I've been thinking about my home. But my love light seems so far away, and I feel like it's all been done. Somebody's trying to make me stay, I've got to be moving on. Oh, big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Who we saying goodbye to? Anybody? Goodbye to all my friends at home. Goodbye to people I've trusted. I've got to go out and make my way. I might get rich, I might get busted. But my heart keeps calling me backwards as I get on the 707. Riding high, I got tears in my eyes. You got to go through hell before you get to heaven. Big old jet airliner, Don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Touching down in New England town, feel the heat coming down. I've got to keep on keeping on. You know the big wheels keep spinning around, and I'm going with some hesitation. You know that I can surely see that I don't want to get caught up in any of that funky kicks going down in the city. Big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I got to stay. Oh, big old jet airliner,
Get the front seat.
don't carry me too far away.
You'll pay extra.
Oh, big old jet airliner,
Good leg room.
'cause it's here that I've got to stay. Big old jet airliner, don't carry me too far away. Oh, big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I've got to stay.
Make sure you have your card.
Oh, big old jet airliner,
They don't take cash on the plane.
carry me to my home.
No, food's not
Oh,
free.
big old jet airliner, 'cause it's here that I belong.
Bye-bye now. Have a nice day. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now.
Goodbye to all. Bye-bye. Bye-bye now. Have a nice day.
Goodbye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Goodbye to all my friends at home. Goodbye. By the way, Tony Darrow, who's also in the movie with Vincent Pastore, is on tomorrow night.
Nice.
So we're going to talk about his role in the movie. There he is right there. Of course, you know him from Goodfellas too, and so many other movies. Tony Darrow's coming on tomorrow night. Philly Kid, you will be co-hosting tomorrow night. We also have a great musical act. I'm going to tell you right now because we got so many things happening. I can't remember. Roses and Revolutions. Wait till you hear these folks. Roses and Revolutions coming up tomorrow night. Going to be another great show.
Nice.
And as we said, Phil, I don't know if you saw, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but we are the #1 show on Star.
Number one.
We appreciate our audience going over to Star. Download the app. Look for the STIRR. They have amazing shows. I mean, look at that. These are just the top 10 shows. We happen to be #1, but they have an amazing lineup of programming of all kinds of great stuff, news and entertainment and talk and comedy and movies. So it's Star. Go check them out. And listen, we will fight to keep our spot atop the list of those shows.
Fight, and we were talking earlier, and some of those shows that we are that are below us,
below us. You could say below us, Phil. Go ahead.
I mean, Heartland, Johnny Carson. Some iconic shows that are huge.
Yep.
And Suki and Scott is at the top of that list. I mean,
I'm sorry. Phil, where'd you say?
At the top, the very top of the list.
Top of the list. Oh, I didn't realize that, but thanks for pointing that out because
it's just a testament to people around the world, celebrities around the world are clamoring. There's that word again. They're clamoring to be on the Suki and Scott show because it's the show to be on these days.
You could say that. I guess you could say that.
Yeah, I mean, 7-time Emmy Award winning hosts, Suki and Scott. I mean, that's where people want to be. They want to be on the Suki and Scott show.
Yeah. Go ahead, Phil. Keep going.
Continue. I mean, what can you say? I mean, that's why the Suki and Scott show is #1 on that list of iconic TV shows.
There you go, Phil. Go ahead. Keep talking. Keep going, my friend.
Yeah.
Listen, you know what? Most people, their favorite part of this show is when you come on and start singing. So that's
man,
their favorite part of the program.
Yeah, I'm gonna start off with a little one of my regular contests for you, Scott.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna sing a song, and when I get finished, I'm gonna ask you a few questions.
All righty. I'll be ready, my friend.
Imagine me and you, I do. I think about you day and night. It's only right to think about the girl you love and hold her tight. So happy together. If I should call you up, invest a dime, and you say you belong to me and ease my mind. Imagine how the world could be so very fine, so happy together. I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for me is you, and you for me. So happy together. Oh, I can't see me loving nobody but you for all my life. When you're with me, baby, the skies will be blue for all my life. Me and you and me, no matter how they toss the dice, it had to be. The only one for you, me is you and you for me. So happy together. How is the weather? So happy together. We're happy together.
Ba, 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 ba.
Scott, can you tell me the name of the group that sings Happy Together?
Phil, you're insulting my intelligence again. Hold on. I'll put it right up on the screen. Let's get it up there. Is that the correct answer?
The Turtles is correct.
Yes, it is.
And can you name at least one member of the Turtles?
How about that right there? Flo and Eddie. Do you know Flo and Eddie? They actually used to be radio hosts here in New York.
Oh, is that right?
On the same station Howard Stern used to be on,
Wow.
K-Rock, and they were like, I think they were the afternoon guys or the midday guys, Flo and Eddie. But they were, they were the DJs. It was great.
Nice. Good job, Scotty. Good job.
Invest a dime. Now you think you belong to me. I think Vince had a good time.
I do too, man. I was
had a good
watching.
time.
He had a great time, and you got him to sing.
I got him to
awesome.
sing twice. We got him to sing twice. Such a good guy. No, I didn't cheat. I know Flo and Eddie, the Turtles, Seal, Selkie. I hope I said that right. I didn't cheat. Scott doesn't cheat. See, Cheryl knows. I don't cheat. Phil's questions are fairly simple, I got to say.
Yeah, I like that. But
what else? What else do I have? I have anything else up here? No. I played everything I had for today's show. We're loading up on today's show, man. Wow. Because you know what happened? Bill Schnee was on. Bill's got the book out.
Right.
Guy's been the record engineer. He's been the sound engineer for every musical act you could possibly think of. I can't play any of those songs on our show, or they mute us and shut us down. So I had to grab all these pictures. Here he looks absolutely miserable, like he's asleep. Back in the old days. But he, what a great guy, man. He was, and look, these are all the albums that he mixed and recorded with these artists in his studio. When you go through these pictures, and this, Phil, you go on his website, And I mean, there are literally hundreds of albums on his site. Look, here's he was working with Ringo Starr and John Lennon. He was working with. I mean, just phenomenal, man. So the book looks great. The book looks really good.
Yeah, can you go back to that Rod Stewart album cover?
Rod Stewart, yeah. Hold on, there he is.
Because when you first look at it, it looks like that is his legs.
Yeah, it looks like it's his legs, right?
Until you look at it for a second, go, no, wait a minute, that's somebody behind him. So
are those Kim Alexis's legs, who he was married to at the time?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's very possible. If you look at his jacket for a long time, it looks like it starts to move.
Yeah, and it hypnotizes you.
Right?
And then it hypnotizes you, and you want to sing something like, have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? You fill my heart with gladness, take away all my sadness, ease my troubles, that's what you do. For the morning sun and all its glory greets the day with hope and comfort too. You fill my life with laughter, somehow you make it better. Ease my troubles, that's what you do. There's a love that's divine, and it's yours and it's mine like the sun. And at the end of the day, we should give thanks and pray to the one, Have I told you lately that I love you? Have I told you there's no one else above you? You fill my heart with gladness, you take away all my sadness, you ease my troubles, that's what you do. Yeah.
Nice. Philly Stewart right there.
Rod Stewart. Well, I'd like to get him on the show.
Yeah, can you imagine? So you can't even imagine how many invitations I send out for the show, but most people don't see them.
Right.
They don't look at their social media messages or whatever, but the ones that do instantly come on the show. But I just, it's very hard to, you reach out to somebody on Instagram. They're not looking at those messages.
No.
They're getting a zillion of those a day from just fans. They're not going to look.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy when I try to get Blake Shelton to come on. Yeah, there's no way someone's going to see his Instagram DM. So hopefully you get lucky and somebody sees it, right?
We do have Tommy James.
Oh, nice.
He's going to be he's coming on soon. We're coming up with a date for him. Vanessa Williams coming by next month in June. And we have so many musical acts, a lot of singers and groups coming on soon. And it's just, listen, no time off. There's no time off, Bill.
No.
Nothing.
There's not. But that's all right, man. That's all right. Because, hard working and all the hard work that you do, Scott, and no rest for the weary puts Suki and Scott at the top of the list.
Wait, Phil, what list are you talking about again? This one? This list?
Yes.
Oh,
Stir.
On Stir.
Stir.
Nice. Yeah.
See, the Suki and Scott show is in the #1 position.
I believe so.
Over some legendary, iconic shows, and
what you don't see in this picture, Phil, are the actual numbers of viewers because it didn't work out where you clip the video.
I don't think they can make a picture big enough anyway for the number of views.
The Suki and Scott show head and shoulders above Heartland, I got to tell you.
Yes.
And those shows down at the bottom, almost tripling those programs. But listen, I don't like to brag. I really don't. I don't like to rub anything in anybody's face. I
Well,
like
you
to
know,
stay humble.
It's like Muhammad Ali once said, "If you can do it, it ain't bragging." and you can do it, Scotty. Suki and Scott show can do it. But I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing Tommy James. One of my favorite songs. One of my favorite songs. Now I don't hardly know her, but I think I could love her. Crimson and clover. And when she comes walking over, now I've been waiting to show her. Crimson and clover, over and over. One of my favorite Tommy James the Shondell songs.
Yeah, who remade that song? Who remade it? Tell me who remade it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Da na 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 na. Oh, when she comes walking over.
Yeah, I can hear it in my head, but I can't.
Crimson and clover. Da na 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 na. Same person who sings I hate myself for loving you. Can't break free from the thing that you do. I want to walk, but I run back to you. That's why I hate myself for loving you.
Joan Jett.
Nice.
Yes.
There you go.
It was, it was at the tip of my tongue.
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
Yeah.
Hey, when are you getting your Facebook fixed? Facebook folks, can you fix Phil's page for him, please?
Yes, please. I send them, I did what you suggested, and I shake my phone. I go to Facebook.
Right, you shake the phone.
Yeah, and people who don't know that, if you're on Facebook and you're having problems and you shake the phone, it brings up report a problem.
Yeah, that's what happened. It's funny. I was looking for that thing. You go through 7 different, and you go deep into the rabbit hole. And you finally find it, and then it says, shake the phone and report a problem comes up. I'm like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
It's unbelievable.
So, you click on it, says report a problem, and it brings up a box, and you explain exactly what the problem is.
Right. But you have what I said is you have to send it. Just send it like 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Just keep sending it so they see it. Because it's impossible, man. How does Facebook not have or Instagram not have a phone number you can call to talk to somebody to help you out when there's a problem?
Yeah, exactly. And that's what I've been doing. I've been saying, hey, please reactivate my page. I need it for my business page, and I need it for work.
Crazy.
So I don't know. And I've been sending it about 10, 20 times a day. So we'll see what happens.
Just do it, man. Just keep doing it. Does anyone ever get back to you on your email or anything?
Not as of yet.
And if you try to post on there, nothing, they won't let you on.
No. I mean, it will let me comment, but when I hit send,
you can't post anything.
Yeah, it has a red block around it.
Right. That's insane, man.
It is. I hate, it's hackers, man. What are you going to do?
That's insane. Well, it's got to come back sooner or later.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Philly. What do you like? What are you doing?
Oh, how about a little Smokey Robinson? And nice. I don't care what they think about me, and I don't care what they say. I don't care what they think if you're leaving. I'm gonna beg you to stay. I don't care if they start to avoid me. I don't care what they do. I don't care about anything else but being with you, being with you. Honey, don't go, don't leave the scene. Be out of the picture and off of the screen. Don't let them say we told you so. They tell me you'll love me and then let me go. Yeah, I've heard the warning voice from friends and my relations. They tell me all about your heartbreak reputation, and I don't care what they think about me, and I don't care what they say. I don't care what they think if you're leaving. I'm gonna beg you to stay. And I don't care if they start to avoid me. I don't care what they do. I don't care about anything else but being with you. Being with you.
Bam. What's Smokey? Oh, Tears of a Clown, right? Tears of a Clown. How's it start off, Philly? I can't get the words in my head.
Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only they're trying to fool the public. But when it comes down to fooling you, now honey, that's quite a different subject. But don't let my glad expression give you the wrong impression. Really, I'm sad. Oh, I'm sadder than sad. You're gone and I'm hurting so bad. Like a clown, I appear to be glad. Tears of a clown.
Dun 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 dun.
I would love for Smokey Robinson to come on the show.
You think Vince Pastore knows that I gave Suki all the answers before we started his quiz?
No.
They don't realize. You gave it up to Eric Roberts, but nobody else realizes, right?
Yeah, I mean, they don't realize, if you're going to be the number one show on Stir,
you got to give it. Philly, what are you referring to? I don't even know what you're talking about.
This pull it up. Yeah, the number one on Stir, we're the number one show.
Right.
On the list of hundreds, we are the number one show on Stir. But, sometimes to reach that status, sometimes you have to be maybe a little unscrupulous.
Yeah. Listen, we're not beyond going ahead, but we'll go low. And when they go high, we go low, Philly kid. I'm not.
That's right. I
didn't say I had a morals clause in this game.
and Vinny, playing the bad guys and the wise guys that he has over the years, I think he fully understands that.
Yeah.
And he expects it.
He was funny. It was so funny because he almost got canceled because the PR folks said that he's notoriously, sometimes he doesn't show up. He said that he had a meeting with Sag-Aftra tonight, and he may not. He logged in at 7:04, so he was here an hour early, and he just left his signal up. But he literally logged in at 7:04. He said, "Oh, my meeting ended early."
Well, someone was trying to give him a bad rap, I think.
Yeah, but it worked out perfectly. He was here nice and early, and what a great guest, man!
So, did I understand it right that he's now an elected official for Sag-Aftra?
Yes, it seems like it. It seems like he's for the New York local, I think.
Nice.
I said, Vin, when you get a chance, can you restore my health insurance, please?
Yeah, I saw that.
Give me a little health insurance restoration, which they did, by the way, for another 6 months.
Oh, good.
I get that. There's a federally funded SAG-AFTRA insurance plan for those people like me who continue to earn money, but not SAG-AFTRA jobs. Right. And they actually did a 0 premium health coverage for the next 6 months till the end of September.
Good deal. As well they should have. As well they should have.
They actually came up, did the right thing, and it was federally funded. So between them and the government, they did the right thing.
Nice.
Sing us a song, would you, piano man?
How about if I finish up with tribute to Memorial Day coming up and a little America the Beautiful.
Oh, perfect. Light us up, Philly King.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountain majesties, above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed his grace on thee and crown thy good with brotherhood from sea to shining sea. God bless America.
I could see you at the Super Bowl singing that song, Phil.
Oh, I would love to.
Before the national anthem comes on. All right, listen, we'll be back tomorrow night. You and me, Souk taking the night off.
We'll be here.
One of us out of the three of us has never taken a night off of this show. I don't know who that is. I won't mention any names, but it's not this guy.
No, it's not him. That's not the guy who's responsible for us being number one on Stir.
Wait, what? You were referring to this, Phil? Because I'm confused.
The list there that it has come out. Suki and Scott is in the number one slot on Stir over many legendary and iconic great shows.
I have to assume we will hold on to that number one spot as we continue to send them show after show. If we dip down to number two, Phil, you'll never know it because I'll never admit to it. So as long as I have a graphic that looks like this and it doesn't have a date on it, this will be the graphic. You remember who do we have on from Silk Stock? Rob Estes. Remember we had Rob Estes on?
Yes.
From Silk Stockings. Boy, I wish we had him on now. I throw this up there. Hey, Rob, look at this. We're 8 places ahead of Silk Stockings. So funny, man.
Yeah.
Listen, we'll be back again tomorrow night. Let's do a little where'd it go? Good
night, sweetheart. Oh, it's time to go.
La 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 la.
Good night, sweetheart. Oh, it's time to go.
Wah 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 wah.
We hate to leave you, but we really must say, oh, good night, sweetheart. Good night.